Hello friends, if we just go through the screen, so what do you find here? There is a man who is in blazer, even his weird tie as well. So what do you think about this particular character? Just guess? I think you can't. Okay, let's move ahead with another slide. At that time, you will have a clear-cut idea about this particular person. Yes, that's it. He is nothing but, this picture is of Mahatma Gandhi, who is known as Father of India. So, this is an example of Mahatma Gandhi. As we know that whatever contribution Mahatma Gandhi gave in Indian freedom fighting movement, as we have so many chapters on Mahatma Gandhi as far as history is concerned. Okay, so we have just reference for Mahatma Gandhi. Let's move ahead with another slide. So just think about this particular personality. Who is he? Do you have any idea about this particular person? Can you guess? Yes, you are right at one point, because this particular person is not an Indian. You can guess. Okay. Something more? Can you think about him? Okay, let's move. I'll help you. He is nothing but, he's a great person, that is Martin Luther King Jr. So, this particular person played a vital role in America. As you know that in America there are two types of persons are there. For example, black Americans and white Americans. So he was a person who was just giving, standing, or we say supporting to the Americans in civil rights leaders. As far as his thinking is concerned, he was saying that yes, Americans are Americans. We can't discriminate them as black persons and white persons. So at that time only what happened? Even he stands for the black Americans. Okay. So let's move ahead. So we have one more picture, one person who is having long beard. So can you just guess about him? Yes, he is nothing but Leo Tolstoy. So what do you know about Leo Tolstoy? Yeah, he is a great writer. You are right. But still see, we have to just take some more information about Leo Tolstoy. Who was Leo Tolstoy? As far as his life is concerned, he had a misery in his life. His parents died earlier. Even he was not, his aunt became his aunt took charge of his whatever he had. She became his parents. After some days, what happened? He took admission in a school, but unfortunately, he was not that much of clever scholar or clever student, Leo Tolstoy. So at that time, he left the university before completion of his graduation. Even he was not able to concentrate on one thing. So we can see in brief that this particular person was but nothing but it was he was a symbol of failure initially. But when he joined Russian army, so at that time he joined as a worker, joined as a soldier, worked as a soldier. Even at that time only he started to work as a writer as well. And even one more thing happened with him, when he suggested his wife that whatever money they earn, whatever property assets they earn throughout their life, he advised his wife, just go somewhere and we will give that particular assets to an orphanage. So at that time, Leo Tolstoy's wife opposed him and she divorced. She filed a divorce petition in court and a divorce also, and this particular person changed his living strategy from that particular point of time. So it is nothing but we can find out one more good quality from Leo Tolstoy, that this particular person survived for society only. Even one more thing is that we can find out whatever beard he has, as far as his beard is concerned, he's having long beard. So there is specific reason. When he wanted to join army, so at that time government suggested him to just take clean shave and then you enter. At that time he did it. But after some time he just changed something that we are going to see in the next slide. Even one more thing that we can find which is very important for Leo Tolstoy, that this particular person was inspiration for Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. So in brief, if we just think about Leo Tolstoy, he joined the army, he began writing, he inspired Martin Luther King and Mahatma Gandhi. He started growing out his beard, which has become one of the top beard styles and shapes in Russian history as a symbol of rebellion against the government. So in those days, whatever style he had of his beard, so it became a style. So in generations were there, they were trying to follow it. And even what happened? Tolstoy called for non-violence and a free interpretation of the gospel. Because of this, the Russian Orthodox Church excommunicated Tolstoy in 1901. So at that time, when he just grown up his beard, at that time only what happened, government banned him and even he became a symbol of rebellion. For example, suppose someone was there who was having long beard, so at that time the government was thinking that this particular person is nothing but he is against our government. So such type of tendency was there. And even this particular person did one more good thing, that this particular person was supporting for non-violence. He was not believing on violence and interpretation of gospel. Because of this Russian Orthodox Church and whatever good works he did, so the church persons were opposite to him. Even we can consider one more thing, even we have to get some information about this, that this particular person donated whatever he earned in his life, he donated for society. Unfortunately, he didn't get any Nobel Prize for his work. He was nominated for near about 13 to 14 times, but he couldn't be awarded as a Nobel Prize winner. Now see, as far as Tolstoy is concerned, he has given us a very beautiful story, a grain as big as hen's egg. So in this story, we are going to learn ethics. Okay, so just move ahead line by line. One day, some children found in a ravine a thing shaped like a grain of corn, which grew down the middle, but as large as a hen's egg. So what happened? One day was there, some children were there, they were playing somewhere else, and at that time only, what happened? They got something. And they got a thing which was looking like a corn shape, with a groove down the middle, but as large as hen's egg. It was looking like something different. It was looking like corn, but even it has the size of a hen's egg. At that time only, what happened? In picture, even we can find out that yes, there were three children are there. They are just having discussion with each other. And in next side, just behind them, we can find that one person is there who is standing, who is just riding on horse, and he just watching towards them. A traveler passing by saw the thing, bought it from the children for a penny. So what he does, he approached to this particular children, he gave her only a penny and he bought it. And taking it to town, sold it to the king as a curiosity. And what happened? He thought that because it was precious, it was different one. Because it was looking like a corn, but it was having a bigger size. So at that time what he did? He just sold that particular thing to a king's courtier. Or we can say to a king. The king called together his wise men and told them to find out what the thing was. So at that time only what happened, king even called that particular person and he asked, just take some information, what is there, get in detail information about this particular thing. The wise men pondered and could not make head or tail of it till one day, when the thing was lying on the window sill, a hen flew in and pecked it till she made a hole in it. So what happened? So many persons were there, they were just thinking about that, they were just roaming here and there, they were trying to get conclusion for this, but nothing happened. So one day what happened? A hen came there and that hen picked that particular corn in her beak and she just cracked it. She made that hen made a hole in it. The wise men went to the king and said, at that time only wise men just observed and they approached to king for informing him that what type of scene was there. It is a grain of corn. He was saying that it is a grain of corn. At this, the king was much surprised. So when he just went to know, when our king went to know that it is nothing but it was corn, so at that time he was surprised. And he ordered the learned men to find out when and where such corn had grown. So at that time only he called some persons and he asked that, yes, now you have to just get information, where is that particular field, farm is there, where those persons are getting such type of corns. The learned men pondered again and searched in their books but could find nothing about it. So they returned to the king and said. So the persons were there, they were trying to search, they were trying to search information about that particular corn. They were trying to search for farms. Some of them tried to search through the books and so many things were there. So they tried to get information but no one get information about such type, what was the story or what is the origin or whatever farm is there. No one could get information about that. We can give you no answer. So they replied to their king that, Lord, we are unable to answer your question. There is nothing about it in our books. You will have to ask the peasants. Perhaps some of them may have heard from their fathers when and where grain grew to such a size. So at that time only they just suggested king that we can have some discussion with somebody else. Some persons are there. So then even whenever they had discussion, at that time only the king went to know that they were having, because as we know that even we can listen so many stories from our grandma, grandpa, they are telling us stories so many times. So such type of stories were there. So they got a hint about this. So the king gave order that a very old peasant should be brought before him, and his servants found such a man and brought him to the king, old and bent, ash pale and toothless. He just managed with the help of two crutches to totter into the king's presence. So at that time when he just ordered, at that time only one person was there who was taking help of those crutches and he was just moving, he was just tottering towards king and he was just presenting in the court of king. The king showed him the grain, but the old man could hardly see it. He looked it, however, and felt it with his hands. The king questioned him, saying, "Can you tell us, old man, where such grain as this grew?" So he asked the question, "Where do you find such type of grain?"